Hi there, this is Molly Gallagher, the Public Information Officer for Radnor Township. We're here today to congratulate Ricky Foster, Director of Public Works, on an awesome first leaf season as Director. Ricky, how did it go this year?
It was great. We started November 1st, Monday, and we ended December 29th, which was a Thursday, which was a week or so later than we anticipated, but it was great weather. The residents were compliant. It was a success. It was a success.
That's awesome. So talk to me about coming in a week later. Is that fairly normal? Do you build in a buffer?
We do. Thanksgiving week, we actually didn't plan to pick up anything. We didn't put it on the schedule, and we did the same thing with after Christmas and New Year's, those holidays. So we tried to have some times in there where we didn't want to have anything on the schedule in case we had bad weather, which in 2021 we didn't. No snow, no storms to stop us. But the thing that had us a little bit behind was a lot of the trees, the varieties, the species, they lost their leaves later than normal. So that pushed us back a little bit, but we wanted to make sure that we had everything clean for the residents, and that's what had us a little behind.
Okay, great. And I know this year we saw a change in days and staffing in terms of Wednesday's yard waste pickup.
Yes.
Skipping, I think, one or two in favor of leaf collection.
Yes.
How did that decision end up serving you guys?
It was great. The commissioners supported it. The in-staff management supported it, and it was even the workers that we took from the trash department that helped us out. That was supportive. It took a little while at first to get all the bugs and kinks worked out, but once we got that done, the amount of leaves we were able to pick up on that Wednesday was amazing.
That's great. So it's a decision you'll likely stick with in future leaf seasons?
Oh yes. We hope it's going to stick around for years to come.
After such a successful season, how do you thank your guys? We noticed that they were out on Saturdays, that they were out after work hours. What do you do to motivate them?
Basically, just like you said, just give them a thank you. I go around to each department, so this is my opportunity to do that, so I can do that on camera. The maintenance department, the highway department, the trash department, the parks department, the sewer department, everyone helped out with leaves, and that's what made it a success. But in particular, if I can narrow it down to a couple individuals, definitely the commissioners was a great success. They supported this event from the infancy stage when it was an idea, and allowed us to execute it. Also started with Bill White, the township manager. It started as an idea again with him, and he supported everything that we had. He also helped steer us and making sure that everything would go smoothly. And then it came time to execute. So even though I might be at the head of that, there were people whose shoulders I had to stand on. Matthew Pilati, the highway supervisor, Steve Ledgerton, the park supervisor, and Bill Cassidy. He actually ran the LEAF program. He fielded a lot of phone calls, a lot of questions that we had. So he was definitely highly instrumental. And last but definitely not least is Leah McVeigh. She is the receptionist. She is the one whose voice you will hear most of the time when you call Public Works. So she was very instrumental too in trying to keep the message out there. So those are the main people. And I think that's everybody that I would like to thank, basically.
Okay, great.
Including the residents.
And we did a little segment pre-leaf season asking for compliance, making guideline suggestions.
Yes.
Did you find on the whole that the community was compliant, and did you all feel safe out there while collecting leaves?
Yes, no, the residents were, I would say, 100% compliant. It was a little bit hard sometimes to make sure that we came when we wanted to or when we tried to. That's not always easy to stay according to a schedule, but we did the best we could, and some residents would call up and we'd have to explain how the schedule worked, but the compliance with the residents was by far made our job so much easier. So it was good. I mean, they had their leaves out ahead of time like we asked. They didn't block fire hydrants, or they didn't park on top of leaves, so it was a success all the way around. From the residents listening, even when they called, we explained the way things were working and why it had to work in such a fashion, and everyone understood. So the communication was phenomenal. The way the information was put out was phenomenal. So it was a great success, and I'm looking forward to 2022 being the same.
Speaking of 2022, here we are at Skunk Hollow. We are looking at a ton of leaves from the 2021 leaf collection, and beyond that are leaves that are closer to being released for the 2022 leaf mulch program.
Yes.
All of those leaves will be used for spring plantings for our community.
Yes.
Share with us the dates that they'll become available and what folks can expect who wish to participate in the leaf mulch program.
Okay. Most like you said, the leaves that we have here, these ones that we collected in 2021, they'll be here probably for a year or two before it takes time for them to break down. We'll constantly turn them over. But as you referenced, all the way in the back at the bottom of Skunk Hollow are the leaves from years past that have been turned over, they've broken down, they're basically compost ready. But they won't be out into the select locations around the township where we have these leaf mulch compost bins. Probably we'll start putting it out in April, and it'll go till probably September-ish, because usually around then, September, this gets pushed down and we're getting ready for 2022's leaf program. So we won't have time to go out and continue to stock the bin. So April to September is about how long it runs. And usually most of the residents are going through all through the course of the year. Multiple times we have to refill these bins. So it's a very nice process to have, and the residents are very appreciative of having it. And we're appreciative that, you know, we're able to give them a product that they want repeatedly.
Okay, awesome. Well, congrats again.
Thank you.
You did a great job for your first year
Thank
as
you, thank you.
director of
Appreciate
the
it.
LEAF program.
Thank you.
And we'll see you in the spring for the mulch
I
program.
look forward to it.
Okay.
I'll be here.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone for making Radnor one of the best places to live, work, and do business on the Main Line.